Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back to Scenes Memories of a Starry Sky. My name is MS Punker1, and last video we got persuaded, or whatever you wanna call it, by our childhood friend Shihaya to follow her or come with her to her home, or I think it's her grandparents' home, to do something there. So let's see where things lead and what it is she wanted to do. Shia said as much to the Hodge family's personal chauffeur that had brought us from the university to near the old state. The driver silently nodded and departed. Cars sure are great. Let me catch a ride in the mornings too. Shia and Hinata were driven to school as a matter of household policy. In that aspect, she was the definition of a high-class girl.
ダメです。千早様に変な噂が立ってしまうと困りますから。
Who cares? I guess that also applied to the attendant that she had with her, who interjected without a moment's delay.
私は気にしないけど、お父様がね。
Shia forced a smile and walked on ahead of us.
こっちよ。
We were currently walking a bit north of Sugendo, in an area that had been lined with houses for ages, near Matoi Station. The Hodge family had lived in these houses for generations, but Chihaya's mother had a home with better access to transportation, built around the time she got married. This was the old Hodge estate. This takes me back.
そうね。子供の頃は3人でよく遊んだよね。中へ入りましょう、純也さん。
Sure. Anina Sinata prompted, stood in front of a gate and grabbed the handle. Upon closer inspection, it appears to be locked and adorned a sizable keyhole in the doorway. Jaya, give me the key.
ないわ。
Then why is it locked? Eh?
鍵はないの。
What did she mean?
おじい様が亡くなられた後、管理のために旧宅で使われている鍵を回収したのですが、この門の鍵はどこにも見つからなかったのです。今後、旧宅を頻繁に利用するのであれば、鍵を新調する必要がありますね。
Or just switch out the lock if possible.
そうね。お父様と相談しなきゃ。
She could have had that discussion any time and didn't really help our current predicament. How do we get in? Is there a back entrance or something?
上
登って中から開ければいいのよ。
Yeah, you can do that. That would actually be the easiest way. You sounded nonchalant about it, but the gate was fairly tall. A wall then? I'm the one climbing it, aren't I? Of course. Fine. All I got was a smile and a glare in return, suggesting that neither were going to object. Well, I should have expected as much. After setting aside my bag and jacket, I reached up. Oh. And pulled myself up and over the top of the fence. Oop.
すごい、さすが純也ね。
What do you think made me do this? I don't know. Based on the look she was giving me, Shihaya didn't seem to understand what I was implying. Oh well, I hadn't expected the response in the first place. Up. I leaped to the ground and opened the gate from the inside. Shihaya slipped her way in once it was pushed partly ajar.
さあ、行きましょう。玄関の鍵は持ってるの。
Shihaya ran on ahead without issuing a single word of thanks. Okay, so much for that.
ありがとうございます、純也さん。千早様もそう思っているはずです。
It's fine. It just means we're close enough that we don't have to worry about stuff like that.
それはそうですが。
They haven't been here in a while and she's feeling impatient. Come on, let's head inside.
そうですね。参りましょう。
The property was built in the early Meiji era and very much felt like an estate. Which year was that? That's kind of hard for me actually, and one thing that's hard for me to understand with Japanese history. When we talk about Meiji area, Edo period, so what years are we talking about? They almost act or sound like every time we start a new era or period like that, it starts a whole new calendar more or less. Like we're back to year zero all over again every time. The same could be said for the house Chihaya and Hinata were currently living in, but this place looked like an entirely different world to a commoner like me. It doesn't really seem like it's vacant though. I was expecting more dust or something.
電気も水道も止めていないそうです。
As she spoke, Hinata flipped the light switch by the door.
あら？
おかしいです。つきませんね。電気は来ているはずなのですが。
I flicked the switch a few times, but there was no response. Could this be... I bet the breaker is tripped. the place is normally unoccupied, so I'm sure it's only turned on for cleaning.
ああ、そういうことですか。
今日はこのままでもいいんじゃない？昼間のうちに歩き回るくらいなら問題なさそう。
千早様がよろしいのでしたら。
Shaya surveyed the room with a nostalgic look in her eyes and started her trek up a staircase to the second floor.
おじいさまが亡くなってからこちらへは来ていなかったの。お父様がいい顔をしなかったから。ぐるっと見て回ってもいい？
Well, it's your house. Go for it.
ここみんなでかけっこしたよね。
We sure did. Unlike Chihaya and Hinata, it had been well over 15 years since I had stepped foot into this estate. Although my recollection was fuzzy, memories of those days were flooding back to me. I remember slipping and nearly falling down the stairs a lot.
そうそう。
That takes me back.
でしょ？なのにお父様は取り壊すっていうの。
Eh? That unsettling word practically came out of nowhere, and all I could do was turn towards Shayin in astonishment. Demolish? Aren't you going to renovate?
あ、ごめんなさい。話が前後しちゃった。旧宅の管理が決まってなかったってことは言ったよね。それでもういっそ処分してしまおうってお父様が言い出したの。
更地にして懇意にしている不動産屋に売却するそうです。
It's going to be sold. Unfortunately, I'm sure he can't afford to leave a place unoccupied. It takes a lot of time and effort to keep an unused home clean, so I imagine it's out of his hands. The maintenance costs in a place like this would surely be nothing to sneeze at. That was my thought process behind it, but Chihaya and Hinata simply glared back at me. Why?
純也ひどい。かけがえのない思い出を共有する仲間だと思ってたのに。
人間としてどうかと思います、純也さん。
I'm sorry. Had I said something that terrible?
私は嫌。ここにはたくさんの思い出があるの。おじいさまとおばあさまとの。それにひなたと純也とのね。だから私はこの家を残したい。
Hinata unlocked and pushed open one of the doors, revealing a room packed with rows of bookcases. This library was yet another place we had often played hide and seek together in. It's more confined than I thought. It felt more like we were in a forest back in the old days.
背が伸びて体も大きくなりましたしね。
That's true. There was a tiny desk over near the window. Grandfather Hojo always used to sit here, right?
おじいさまはこの書斎が好きだったから、書類仕事はいつもここで。
今思うと私たちが遊ぶ姿を見て楽しんでいたのかもしれないですね。
そうね。そうだったら嬉しいな。
Shanga smiled and looked around the room. Dust particles danced through the air as she walked around the room, as if Shanga were searching for her old self.
満足した。出ましょう。
Hinata said Sol slid open the shutters and light flooded into the room. Excited her grandfather's... we exited her grandfather's study and found ourselves in a nearby sitting room. It was a spacious Japanese-style room that looked like it could fit any number of people. Hanging scrolls still yet adorned the elevated alcoves, along with a music box had been left on the shelf. A large grandfather clock had taken up residence on the pillar near the veranda for as long as I could remember, but it no longer displayed the correct time. The clock stopped.
もともと動きません。
That explains it. It didn't.
ゼンマイ回しがないのはあくまでインテリアね。
As she spoke, Chihaya gently ran her fingers along the clock's exterior.
そういえばね。
Chihaya clapped her hands together, almost like she remembered something important.
私にとって一番の思い出はここに住んでいた頃のことなの。
You lived here? That was news to me. Really? I looked over at Hinata, local Chihaya expert. However, Hinata simply shook her head.
私がお会いするより前の話ですよね。
If I recall correctly, Hinata and Chihaya met around the time they were in kindergarten.
ええ、5歳の頃の1年間くらい。ま、その頃のことはほとんど覚えていないんだけど。
Chihaya stuck her tongue out briefly and smiled.
でもとても楽しかったの。それだけは覚えてる。家がなくなったらあの思い出が失われてしまう。そんな気がして。
Maybe she couldn't recall, huh?
それでお父様にお願いしたの。 お店にリノベーションするって。
So buy a shop.
人が集まる場所になるし、価値が生まれれば手放す理由はないでしょ。そしたら卒業までは私が自由にしていいって言ってもらえたの。すごいでしょ。
I wasn't sure how to respond to Shahaya's exuberance, and do you think Shahaya's dad will go along with something like that, Hinata?
おそらく千早様の言葉を本気にはしていないのでしょう。
Oh yeah, I could see that.
二人ともひどい。私は本気なんだから。ここにちっちゃくて素敵なお店を作るの。
Do you want some help getting started?
ええ。お願いしてもいい？純也。
I guess, why not? Sure, this is normal for you after all.
嬉しい。
I assume you're going to help too, Hinata?
もちろんです。
Yeah, this was to be expected. What kind of shop were you thinking of renovating this place into?
それは。
Well,
これから決めるの。
more or less you don't know. This too was the same old, same old. We took a general walk around the house, and then called it quits for the day. Shaya had to decide what kind of shop she wanted it to be before we could do anything. Ah, right. It can only be locked from the inside. You could just leave it open. Okay, those faces can even tell me as the player that, so nope, that's not going to happen. So, are you stupid or something? Yeah, I get it. Was I seriously going to have to climb over this gate to lock and unlock it every time we came here? There's no way, right? After leaving the estate, the three of us split up in front of Matori station. It was late by the time I made it back to my place on foot. Suigendo left its front entrance open during business hours, so that meant Misora or Dad, if he came back, was likely tending the store. Someone was standing in front of the entryway. Probably that mysterious girl. We could only make out Reddy's silhouette due to the lack of light, but it appeared to be a small child. That's not Misora. I continued to strain my eyes, but the figure disappeared into the building. Is it that girl? Yeah, it is. Must be the same girl from yesterday. Nobody was in the office. If Miss Sora had skipped out on watching the store when she was going to get an earful from me later. Once she stepped inside, her figure went rigged. At first, the fist clenched at her side was trembling ever so slightly. She gaped restlessly at her surroundings. I must have been too overwhelmed to have noticed my presence. The girl instantly planted herself on the ground the moment she heard my voice, covered her head with both her hands and squeezed her eyes shut. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. You're the girl who came by yesterday, right? As soon as the girl realized it was the one who had I was the one who had spoken to her, she jumped emphatically back to her feet. What isn't? Eh? Although her face flushed bright red, she pointed a glare in my direction. Tears began to brim in the corner of her lashes, almost as if I had done something horrible to her. Oh, I get it now. She likely thought I was accusing her of trespassing. And as the girl said, there was nobody in the office. Darn. Don't need me, it Miss Sora. It wasn't uncommon for the older residents from the neighborhood association to drop by to chat, so it wasn't a big deal, but still. Suddenly the girl tried to slip by me and make a break for it. Wait. I reached out on reflex and grabbed the girl's arm from over her jacket. I realized released her arm, but even through her jacket it felt incredibly slender. It was so thin. I briefly wondered if I might break it. I wasn't sure how to respond. There was plenty I wanted to ask, of course. Like, why had she came here? Who was she? What relationship did she have with Takaya? What did she mean by what she said before? However, I didn't think now was the right time to ask any of those questions. This office is open to the public, so I don't care if you came in without asking permission. which is roughly translated to "you haven't done anything wrong, so you don't need to run away. I want to talk to you more." You were the person who knew about Takaya. The one who interacted with Takaya face to face, who yelled at me and had been living rent-free in my head since we met. I guess it would make me happy if you would call us dependable. It's proof that we trust our neighbors too. Judging by the look on her face, she probably thought to herself, "What is this guy talking about?" I frantically searched for a proper search to avoid getting discouraged. Hey, would you mind telling me your name? Well, I thought using your name might help avoid spooking you in the future. It appeared I had somehow crossed the line. I didn't think it was a bad idea to ask for a name, though. Eh? She replied with a pointed glare. Azusa Satomi. Unsurprisingly, her name didn't ring a bell. I'm Yunya Mizumoto. She didn't reply. I hadn't expected her to be honest and tell me her name. Where was this girl? It was taking a while, but I was one step closer to learning the truth. What happened to you watching the store? And then? I heard her father snoring come from the back room. Did you leave after he called you? Apparently we can, since we are here. I'm lecturing you both when he wakes up. Why do you think? Days of change? But I think this is a good place to end this video at, so I hope you liked it, and if you did, so leave a like to it as usual, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!